So good afternoon to all.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
So this is our second chapter, second lecture on fourth chapter. So in the earlier lecture, we have discussed about the norm, concept of norm that is used in the procedure of iterative methods actually. So we will use the iterative method to solve the linear system of equations only. And we have discussed one method also, that is Jacobi method. So Jacobi method, in this we have taken the condition, means these equations, and at last means by taking the initial guess. Suppose I'm taking one initial guess. So you will get the method here, means like 1 by AII
Can you please
A minus
explain this,
which
ma'am? Can you please explain this Jacobi method again?
again. Okay. Actually, what is the procedure of Jacobi method? Suppose in the exam you have given a equations. Suppose it can be three system, three equation in three unknown, four equation in four unknown. So write it is a first equation, second equation, and n equation. So what is the first step you have to do? You write x1 from the first equation, means 1 by a11 into b1 minus. If I write all these terms in this right hand side, you can write it as a j equal to 1 to n, j equal to 2 to n, a1j xj. So this will be the summation, means a1 to x2, a13 x3, and so on up to a1n into xn. So that I can put into the summation. So here j is not equal to 1. J will start from 2 because j equal to 1 हमने right left hand side में लिया है. And then x2, you will find out x2 from the second equation. Actually, we are taking the column, diagonal wise here. So x2 from the second equation, a2 to b2 minus, then it will be, means x2 wali term nahi hogi in the right hand side. So you will write 1 to n, but j not equal to 2. a2j xj. So this way, means similarly xn will be 1 by a and n into bn minus summation j equal to 1 to n minus 1. Obviously it will, there will not be n term. J is not equal to n here. So a and j xj. So now you have a one initial guess, because to start the procedure of iterative method you need initial guess. This will be given to you, given an initial guess. So then what you do, you find the first component, means you find the first iteration. So that is like x11, x21, and so on up to xn1. That contains n components, like x11, x21, and xn1. So now first we will work on x11, means first component of the first iteration. Then x11 will be given as a in terms of xj0. So you write all the components of previous iteration, means that is initial guess only, you will get the first component. And then similarly x21 in the terms of xj0, and xn1 in the terms of xj0. So this way you will get all the components of the first iteration. So that will complete your first iteration. Okay, so then to find the second iteration, you replace this 1 with 2, means that upper suffix will be 2, and in the right hand side this upper suffix 0 will be replaced with 1, means new iteration will be given by in the terms of old one. So like if I write in journal, it will be like, means if I write in journal, then k plus 1th iteration is in the terms of kth iteration. So this is simple Jacobi method. So like if I write these all n equation in general form, it can be like j equal to 1 to n, but j is not equal to I. Aij into xj. So this is Jacobi method. Actually, we will not do any question on Jacobi method. This is just for your understanding that what is a Jacobi method. Our question will start from the Gauss-Seidel only. So it is better if you understand Gauss-Seidel better. Actually, Gauss-Seidel is better than the Jacobi method. So that's why by looking into the significance of the Gauss-Seidel over the Jacobi method, so that's why we have done this Jacobi method also. Means in the Jacobi method, the iterations that we have found, the components of the iteration is in the terms of the old one only, but this is not the case in the Gauss-Seidel. So now what will happen in the Gauss-Seidel? So we discuss Gauss-Seidel now.
Ma'am, but without example, we're not able to understand it, like
Yeah, okay,
how
no
it is
problem.
actually
We will do the example of Gauss-Seidel, no problem. So then you will get it better. First,
Okay.
you understand the Gauss-Seidel method. Now again, this is a system of linear equations. Now take an initial guess. This procedure will be same. There is a little bit difference. X naught, x1 naught, x2 naught, xn naught. So again, I'm taking the initial guess. So then again, it is a first equation, then second equation, then third equation. So again, I'm writing the x1. The first step will be same. x1 likhna hai first from the first equation. That is same. a11, a1, sorry, b1 minus a12 into x2, a13 into x3, a1n into xn. Then x2 from the second equation. So this is from equation 1. This is from equation 2. That will be a22, b2 minus a2 1 into x1, a2 3 into x3, a2n into xn. So then from third equation, I will write x3, that is 1 by a33, b3 minus a3 1 into x1. So here it will be a3 2 into x2, a3 3 will not be here, x4, then it will be a3n into xn. So then similarly xn will be 1 by ann into bn minus an1 into x1, an2 into x2, ann minus 1 into xn minus 1. So this is the same step. This is from equation 9. So now we will use the initial guess here. So now I'm finding the first iteration. Find the first iteration, x1. So that is equal to x1 1, x2 1, and xn 1. So just find the first component, x1 1. So here this first component will be same, means that is in the terms of x2 0, x3 0, xn 0, means we are using initial guess only. So now to find the second component, there is a difference. Here you have to use the new component, means this we have found x1 1. So now you update this x1 here, then rest are the previous one, because here x3 1 is not found yet. So here you have to use previous one only, means now you have found x1 1, then you immediately use it in the next component. So now here you have found x1 1, x2 1. So now in x3 1, when you write x3 1, you use x1 1, means new components, x2 1, then rest are the previous ones. And here also xn 1. So now to find xn 1, all the components have already found. So use the previous one. So this is the difference, means here you have to update the values in the iterations only. And then similarly to find the second iteration, means x2, it will be x1, x22, and so on up to xn2. So here you have to take x1 2, means 1 will be replaced with the 2 and 0 will be replaced with 1 here. So if here I can write in general form, means if I write in general form, I can write it as a, is if you want to find k plus 1th iteration, so I can write it as a k plus 1. This is in the previous iteration in the terms of, and here k2 k plus 1, then it will be k plus 1, rest are the previous one. And here also k plus 1. So it is k plus 1, k. Here it will be k plus 1 only. So like if you take k equal to 1 here, so second iteration, that will gives you second iteration in terms of the, not exactly in the previous components, but here new components will also be mixed up. So if I write in general, so can you write in general, means but will be in the summation form, 1 by a1 1 into b1 minus, can you write this in the summation form, j equal to 2 to n a1j xjk. So that is same. Then what about this b2 minus, here k plus 1 is involved and k terms are also involved. So how to write in the summation form? There is only one term of the k plus 1. So rest you can write in the summation, j equal to 3 to n a to j xjk. Okay, so now in x3 I can write a33 b3. Here I can use two summations, one for k plus 1 and second for k. So I can use j equal to if I write a3j xjk plus 1 and j equal to a3j xjk. So here it will be, there are two terms only, j equal to 1 to 2 and j equal to 3 is here. So here it will be 4 to n. And similarly 1 by a and n, it will be bn minus, there is no kth term, kth iteration term. So you write j equal to 1 to n minus 1 and a and j xj k plus 1. So if I write again in the generalized form, then it is xi k plus 1 1 by aii bi minus, you have to use two summations here. So first one is summation j equal to aij for xj k plus 1 and second is for k aij xj2. So here it will be 1 to I minus 1, because here if I'm taking 3, there is 2 only and there is no j equal to 3. So here it will be I minus 1 and it will be I plus 1 to n. This is nothing but Gauss-Seidel method. Gauss-Seidel method. So this is better than Jacobi method. Okay.
Ma'am, can you please explain it through an example?
Yes, yes. And now we will do examples only. So actually, now here you can see this is the sequence. Actually, we are getting x naught, means that is our initial guess. Then by using any method, you are getting x1, then x2, means these are the iterations. x3 and x4 and so on up to. Now you will see its convergence, because this is the sequence of vector, and when it will be a convergent. So in root finding also, you have seen that you will get a sequence in iterative methods, but there are some condition on the method, then when the sequence will converge to your exact solution. So there is also one condition that when you are applying any method, Jacobi or Gauss Seidel, what is the condition on the system of the linear equation? कैसा होना चाहिए वो system, so that when you apply the method, then it will surely, definitely will converge to your exact solution. So there is a one condition here. Before that, we will do one definition, that is strictly diagonal dominant matrix. Now, why I'm taking matrix here? Because our system can be reduced to a matrix form. So AX is equal to B. So what is A here? This is the coefficient of the matrix, coefficient of the linear system of equation. So a square matrix A is called diagonally dominant if AII means these are the diagonal elements. Means suppose I'm taking A matrix, A11, A12, A1n, A21, A22, A2n, AN1, ANN. So these are the diagonal elements. These are the diagonal elements. And what is the condition? That A11, suppose I'm taking first diagonal element, mode of A11 should be greater than equal to other entries in the first row. Means sum of the other entries in the first row. A12 plus A13 and so on up to A1n. So if you are taking the sum of taking the absolute value and sum of these numbers except A11, so then it is less than that number which is occur in the diagonal. So if it is true for all the diagonal elements, suppose I'm taking A22, so it should also be greater than equal to rest of the sum of the other entries, some of the other absolute entries. So if it is true for all I, then you will say a matrix is a diagonal dominant. Diagonal ने इसको dominant कर लिया. So it is called the matrix is a diagonal dominant matrix. So A is strictly diagonal dominant if you take stick inequality here. It means that there will not be equality. There will be a strictly greater than. So this you should remember what is a strictly diagonal dominant. Okay. So now we come to the condition, means when it will be convergent sequence. So first of all, we take one example that check whether the following matrices are strictly diagonal dominant or not. So there are two matrices. How to check the matrix is strictly diagonal dominant? So to check for a matrix, so 4 is greater than, let us check the condition. 4 is a diagonal element. It should be greater than, we have to take strictly, it means stick inequality should be there, -2 plus 1. This is okay. This is true. -6, this is the diagonal element in the second row. It should be greater than 1 plus 3. This is also true. And here it will be 5, which is greater than -2 plus 2. So it means all the conditions are true for all the diagonal elements. It means A is strictly diagonal dominant. Now to check for B, -2 is greater than 2 plus 1. This is wrong. This is not true. This is not true. Okay. So it means B is not strictly diagonal dominant, because it should be true for all the diagonal elements. If any one of the diagonal element is not satisfying that condition, it means it is not strictly diagonal dominant matrix. So now we come to the condition that if A is a strictly diagonal dominant, suppose I'm taking the system of equation Ax is equal to B. If this A is strictly diagonal dominant, then for any choice of x0, means suppose I'm applying any iterative method, I'm taking any initial guess, then for any initial guess, both Jacobi and Gauss Seidel method gives the sequence. Obviously you will get some sequence that converts to your unique solution of Ax is equal to B. Means if your A is strictly diagonal dominant, then both the method will gives you, definitely will gives you a convergence sequence. Otherwise, convergence may not occur. May or may not occur. So suppose I'm applying any method, x naught is the initial guess here. So if this A is strictly diagonal dominant, you have to check it first of all if A is strictly diagonal dominant or not. Then you apply the method. Okay. So now we come to the question that use Gauss-Seidel method, Gauss-Seidel iterative techniques to find the approximate solution to this system. Starting with the initial guess, these values will be given to you. This is the initial guess. This is the initial guess actually. 0, 0, 0. All are 0, 0. Means all the components are 0, 0, 0. And iterative till this is your tolerance. And you have to use infinity norm here. So now,
मैं एक बार last slide कर दो.
yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
So first of all, we check that write the system in Ax is equal to B. Now here, what is A? This is 4 cross 4 matrix actually. 10 minus 1, 2, then 0. Here it is minus 1, 11, minus 1 and 3. 2 minus 1, 10 minus 1, 0, 3, minus 1, then 8. So now check it. Is it strictly diagonal dominant? So here it is 10 is greater than minus 1 plus 2. This is true. Second element is 11. It is greater than minus 1 plus minus 1 plus 3. This is also true. The next element is 10 greater than 2 plus minus 1 plus minus 1. This is also true. The next element is 8, 0, 3 plus minus 1. So this is also true. So it means A is strictly diagonal dominant. So here, first of all, check whether A is strictly diagonal dominant in Ax is equal to B system. So now come to the next step. Now use the Gauss-Seidel method. So now applying Gauss-Seidel. So write the equation. This is first equation, this is second equation, this is third, and this is fourth. So write x1 from the first equation. X1 is equal to 1 by 10, 6 minus 6 plus x2 minus 2x3 plus x2 minus 2x3. Okay, x2, it is 1 by 11. 1 by 11, 25 plus x1 plus x3 minus 3x4. So 25 minus plus x1 plus x3 minus 3x4. Similarly, x3, 1 by 10, then minus 11. Sorry, 1 by 10. Then minus 11 minus 2x1 plus x2 plus x4. So this is from equation 1. This is from 2, from 3, and then from x4. 1 by 8, 15 minus 3x2 plus x3 plus 3x2 minus x3. sorry, minus 3x2 plus x3. So now we are using Gauss-Seidel method. So here you write xk plus 1 in terms of kth. This is k plus 1, and here I will use k plus 1. Rest are the previous one. K plus 1 here, then k plus 1. This is also k plus 1. This is previous one. This is k plus 1, k plus 1, and then k plus 1. So now, what is the initial guess? Given an initial guess, that is x naught 0, 0, 0, and 0. This is transpose, nothing else. So this is nothing but x1 0, x2 0, x3 0, and x4 0. So now take xk is equal to 0 because we are finding the first iteration. So that will give you x11, first component of the first iteration. X11, it will give you 1 by 10, 6 plus 0 minus 0. So you will get 0.6. Okay. So x21, 1 by 11, 25 plus 0.6. You will use the this new one, but in Jacobi you will write 0, 0, 0 only. So this is the difference only. Plus x3 0, x3 0 is 0, x4 0 is 0. So 25.6 divided by 11. It is 2.3273. Similarly, x31, it is 1 by 10 minus 11 minus 2 into new entries 0.6. And this is also new, that is 2.3273. 2.3273, and next is x4, that is 0. So it will be minus 1.1. Then x41, it is 1 by 8 into 15 minus, we have already found all the previous one components. So minus 3 into this 2.3273 plus x3 minus 1.1. So it is 1.875. So here you will get x1 first iteration, that is 0.6, 2.3273 minus 1.1, 1.875. So similarly, take k equal to 1, then you will get x1 2, x2 2, x3 2, then x4 2. You can put this all in column also, in table also. So how to make a table? I can show you the table. This is the table using Gauss-Seidel method. Using Gauss-Seidel.
Ma'am, can you please do?
Yes, yes, sure. Gauss-Seidel method. Yes, now.
Thank you.
This is the first iteration I got. Then again apply the procedure. You will get the second iteration. So here, can I move on to the next slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes. So here you can see these are the iterations, means k representing the iterations. Here it is 0 iteration. 0 iteration means it is an initial guess. This initial guess is given 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay. So these are the first component. This is first component. This is second component. Third component. And this is fourth one. That all will gives you vector. Okay. So here I have applied this initial guess, then you will get the first iteration like this. It is Sorry, this is the. Just a minute. This is the table using. Yes. There is a little bit mistake. I think it should be point minus 0.987. This is it. So this is the Gauss Seidel table. Now you got this as a first iteration. Then again you apply the same procedure. Then you will get the second iteration this way. So this is your x1. This is x2. This is x3, and then x4, then x5. So here you can see the difference also. If I find x2 minus x1 by taking the norm, so what it will be? It will be maximum of x2 means 1.030, sorry, 1.030 minus 0.6. These corresponding elements will be subtracted, and 2.037 minus 2.3272, and then minus 1.014 plus 0.9873, then 0.9844 minus 0.8789. There is a difference actually. It should be 0.8789. So if you are getting the any largest number, and from here largest difference, if it is less than your 10 raised to what is the difference? 10 raised to minus 3. Then you will stop it here only, but it is not less than 10 raised to minus 3. So that's why they have we have solved it again to find the third iteration. So this is third iteration. Again you find x3 minus x2 difference with this norm. If it is not less than 10 raised to minus 3, that is tolerance, then you have to find the fourth iteration. Here you can see the difference also. It is not less than 10 raised to minus 3 yet. I think this will create a problem. Here you will get the difference of 10 raised to minus 3. Here also you will get the difference of 10 raised to minus 3 here also, but here you will not get the difference. Means every component should have a difference of less than 10 raised to minus 3. So here you will get the difference. So you stop it here only. That is our solution. This is the approximate solution. So solution is (1.0001), 2.000, minus 1.000, and 1.000. So, but in the same question, if I use Jacobi method, this is the table using Jacobi. So here you can see with the same accuracy, means with the same accuracy, that is 10 to the minus 3, you have to perform 10 iterations of the Jacobi method to achieve the same accuracy. Still, it is not the case that you are getting 2.00, you are getting 1.999 and 0.999 here. So here you can see, means here you are getting the answer, good approximation in the just 5 iterations, but in the Jacobi method you need to find the 10 iteration to achieve the same accuracy. So you can compare both the solutions also, that here Gauss Seidel is better than the Jacobi method. And exact solution you can compare with the exact solution also. The exact solution is 1, 2, minus 1, 1. So this is the question. Any doubt?
Ma'am, can you please tell again how, like how we decide how many terms we have to use from the previous iteration and how many terms we have to use from the current iteration?
In stopping criteria.
Yeah. No, ma'am. Like the formula.
Like
In
the
the
form.
formula, we take some term from k plus 1 and some
Yeah.
from k.
Okay.
How we decide that?
Just, you have a equation, a system of equation now. These are the four equations. So first you write the equations. Okay. So now after writing the equations, you just put k plus 1 because we are finding the new iterations. Kth is assumed as a old iteration and k plus 1 assumed as a new iteration. Suppose you are finding k plus 1th iterations. So these are in the left hand side, you are finding the k plus 1th iteration. So obviously in the first component of the k plus 1th iteration, you have not any, you have only previous one, that is kth iteration only, kth iteration components only. So first component will be in the terms of kth iterations only, that is k and k. Means if there is 4 also, means x4 also, that also is in the terms of kth only. So here you will use only previous component. Okay. So now here in the first, you have found first component of the k plus 1th iteration. Then you find the second component of the k plus 1th iteration. So now to find the second component, you know that you have already found this first component of the k plus 1th iteration. So here first component is already used, but here you will not use the previous one, you will use this new one, this new one. And rest x3 is not found yet, x4 is also not found, that is new components are not found, then you will use the previous one, k will be the previous one. So now up to this you have found two new component, that is for the from the k plus 1th iteration. Then in the third iteration you use these components in the terms of in the place of x1 and x2. So x1 and x2 is here, you use these new one, not old one. This is not a Jacobi method. Actually Jacobi में क्या होता है, उसमें we use previous ones only. Okay, but here you have to update all the values, x1 and x2 they already found, so use the new one only, and x4 is not found yet, then you use previous one. So
मैम
now
सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट बट मैम लास्ट क्लास में आपने जैकोबी मेथड का एक भी एग्जांपल नहीं करवाया था.
actually beta क्या है ना कि I asked the coordinator, then he said just give the definition only, means just relate the form, define the formula only, that how the Jacobi method works, then do the example of Gauss-Seidel, so that you can better understand why Jacobi method is why Gauss-Seidel is better than Jacobi method. So the question will in the exam, the question of Gauss-Seidel will come, not of the Jacobi.
ओके मैम.
Yes, that's why. Jacobi तो just बताने के लिए था कि Gauss-Seidel is better than, why Gauss-Seidel is better than Jacobi. Yes. So here x4, now this is a new component here, but to compute the last component, you have already found the new component iterations. So x11, x2, x3, all are new here. So you can use it here only. So write the equation like this, then you can change your k accordingly. Means suppose you have to find first iteration, then write k equal to 0. So then you will do it accordingly. Okay, so then when put k equal to 1, you will get the second iteration components. So then you will change k accordingly in the left hand side and right hand side. So this is the only procedure. Actually procedure is lengthy, but it is not difficult.
Okay.
Yes. So after finding the first iteration find out kiya, then no need to check its difference with the initial guess. So then find the second iteration. So after finding the second iteration, you just check the difference of x2 minus x1, because you have to iterate until this will achieve, until this. So if it is 10 less than 10 raised to minus 3, it is not actually 10 raised to minus 3, then you have to find the third iteration. So in the table also you can see this is x1, this is x2. This difference is not less than 10 raised to minus 3. So then you have to perform third iteration, then fourth iteration. So this will be the question. So next we stop it here only, then you practice these questions. That this is the system, linear system, has a solution. Is the coefficient matrix strictly diagonal dominant? Is you make the matrix first of all, then you have to apply the strictly diagonal dominant definition, then check it whether it is strictly diagonal dominant or not. Perform 4 iteration of the Gauss-Seidel method to approximate this solution by taking x naught is equal to 0. X naught is equal to 0. 0 is a vector here. It is actually 0, 0, 0. It is 3 equation in 3 unknown. So it is like x 0, 0, 0. So this this is the solution. This is the exact solution. You can compare your exact approximate solution with this. And in the next lecture, we will do the third method also, that is successive over relaxation method. Any doubt still in the Gauss-Seidel? Actually, it needs practice. You just do one and two question at least. Then you will do get it better.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, ma'am.